The phone started ringing at 6 a.m. By 7 a.m., the ticketing system had crashed. By 9 a.m., the tournament director was staring at numbers that made absolutely no sense. Bob Moran has been running the Cincinnati Open for years. He has seen Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Serena Williams pack the stands. He has presided over a $260 million stadium expansion that doubled the size of the Lindner Family Tennis Center. He has welcomed 285,000 fans from all 50 states and 65 countries in a single tournament. He thought he had seen it all, but nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared him for this. Alexandra Eala hasn't even played a single point in Cincinnati yet. She has a first-round bye as the number 17 seed, her highest seeding ever in a WTA 1000 event. She isn't scheduled to step onto the court until Friday at the earliest. And yet, the demand for tickets to her matches has already broken every record in the tournament's 125-year history. The Lindner Family Tennis Center's center court holds 11,600 people. But the organizers are scrambling to figure out how to accommodate a demand that has overwhelmed their systems, their stadiums, and their expectations. "We've never seen anything like this," Moran reportedly told his staff. "Not for Federer, not for Nadal, not for Serena. This is different. This is something else entirely." Welcome to the story of a young woman from Quezon City who has turned the tennis world upside down, and the tournament director who watched his ticket office explode because of her. August 13th, 2026. Mason, Ohio. The Lindner Family Tennis Center. The Cincinnati Open, the final WTA 1000 event before the U.S. Open, is about to begin. Tournament director Bob Moran arrives at his office expecting a routine day of final preparations. The grounds have been transformed following a $260 million expansion that doubled the size of the facility. The center court now seats 11,600 fans. The tournament is expected to draw nearly 300,000 attendees over its 2-week run. Moran has been running this tournament for years. He knows the rhythms, the patterns, the predictable surges in ticket demand that come with big names and big matches. He has dealt with the frenzy surrounding Carlos Alcaraz, the excitement around Coco Gauff, the global appeal of IGA Swiatek. But when his phone rings at 6 a.m., nothing about this day is predictable. The voice on the other end is frantic. It's the head of ticketing. "Bob, you need to come down here. Now." Moran walks into the ticketing office and finds chaos. Phones are ringing off the hook. Emails are flooding in faster than anyone can read them. The online ticketing system, a sophisticated platform designed to handle massive traffic, has crashed. "What's happening?" Moran asks. The answer leaves him speechless. Alex Eala. Everyone wants to see Alex Eala. Moran stares at the numbers on the screen. Ticket inquiries for Eala's matches have surpassed every other player combined. Not just the Americans, not just the top seeds. Everyone combined. In Washington, tournament chairman Mark Ein had revealed that at least 80% of ticket inquiries before the event concerned Eala's schedule. In Toronto, her second-round match against Alicia Parks sold out within hours of being announced. She played in front of a sold-out center court 3 times in a row. The 10,000-seat Sobeys Stadium was packed with Filipino fans, their flags waving, their chants echoing through the arena. Now, Cincinnati was experiencing the same phenomenon, but on a scale that no one had anticipated. The Lindner Family Tennis Center's center court holds 11,600 people. The grandstand holds 5,000. The new Champions Court holds 2,300. But the demand for Eala's matches was already exceeding the combined capacity of all 3. "We need to move her matches to center court," someone suggests. "We already did that," another staff member replies. "It's sold out." "Then move her to the grandstand too," It's sold out. Moran looks at the numbers again. The tournament had expected strong demand for Eala's matches. The Filipina sensation had become a global phenomenon, her fan base growing with every victory, her story resonating with millions around the world. But this was something else entirely. "We've never seen anything like this," Moran tells his staff. "Not for Federer, not for Nadal, not for Serena. This is different. This is something else entirely." To understand why Bob Moran was left stunned, you have to understand what Alexandra Eala has become. She's not just a tennis player. She is a movement. In Washington, Filipino fans had packed the stadium, their presence so overwhelming that tournament officials were forced to move her matches to center court. The chairman of the tournament revealed that at least 80% of ticket inquiries received in the month before the event concerned the schedule of Eala's match. Similar scenes unfolded at Wimbledon, where Eala drew a raucous contingent of Filipino supporters despite the difficulty of obtaining tickets. In Toronto, the phenomenon reached new heights. Her second-round match against Alicia Parks sold out within hours of being scheduled. She played in front of a sold-out center court 3 times in a row. The 10,000-seat Sobeys Stadium was packed, mostly with Filipino fans cheering loudly for Eala, creating an atmosphere that even her opponents appreciated despite the difficult circumstances. One vendor at the Toronto tournament even changed their food offerings to cater for the large Filipino contingent in attendance. The support was so overwhelming that Belinda Bencic, the Swiss star who ended Eala's 7-match winning streak, took a moment after her victory to express her appreciation to the fans who had been cheering against her throughout the night. "I know most of you guys were cheering for Alex, but I still have to say it was very nice for me to play in front of you all," Bencic said. Eala herself was moved by the support. "I am kind of just like a drop in the ocean when it comes to Filipinos and their pride for their culture and where they come from," she said after her Toronto run. "I do a lot to represent my country, and I'm very proud of it." But the stadium was full of people who do the same thing. The numbers were staggering. At the Australian Open, hundreds of fans were turned away from Court 6 as the stands overflowed, forcing many to watch from walkways overlooking the court. Her pre-tournament press conference drew about 171,000 online viewers, dwarfing the roughly 29,000 who tuned in for Carlos Alcaraz or Coco Gauff and the 9,000 for Aryna Sabalenka. The Filipino diaspora had found its champion, and they were showing up in numbers that no tournament director could have predicted. August 10th, 2026, the WTA announced the official seedings for the Cincinnati Open. And for the first time in her career, Alexandra Eala had earned a seeding that reflected her status among the sport's elite. Eala, ranked number 20 in the world, was projected as the number 17 seed in the main draw, thanks to the withdrawal of several higher-ranked players. It was her highest seeding ever in a 1,000-level event, a testament to her meteoric rise. She had earned a first-round bye, meaning she would skip the opening round and begin her campaign in the second round. The seeding was a reflection of her remarkable journey. Just months earlier, she had been ranked number 140 when she received a wild card for the Miami Open. In that tournament, she had recorded back-to-back victories over 3 major champions: Yelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and Iga Swiatek, in straight sets, a feat no wild card had ever achieved in WTA history. Her Washington Open title had catapulted her from number 28 to number 20, adding 500 ranking points to her total. She had defeated a murderer's row of opponents: Olympic gold medalist Zheng Qinwen, defending champion Leylah Fernandez, world number 10 Alina Svitolina, 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka, and world number 3 Jessica Pegula. Now, she was a seeded player at one of the biggest tournaments in the world. And with that seeding came something even more valuable: the attention of millions of fans who wanted to see her play. The announcement of her seeding sent shockwaves through the Filipino community. Social media exploded with excitement. Ticket inquiries surged. The ticketing system, already under pressure from the general demand for the tournament, was overwhelmed. Bob Moran watched the numbers climb and knew that something extraordinary was happening. The number 17 seed, a player who had never even played the main draw in Cincinnati before, was generating more demand than the number 1 seed. "This is unprecedented," Moran told his staff. "We need to figure out how to handle this." But there was no way to handle it. The demand was simply too great. August 2026, the Cincinnati Open ticket office. The numbers on the screen told a story that no one could have predicted. The tournament had already broken records in 2025, drawing 285,571 fans from all 50 states and 65 countries. The $260 million expansion had doubled the size of the Lindner Family Tennis Center, adding new stadiums, new courts, and new capacity. The tournament was expecting another record year in 2026, with estimates of nearly 300,000 fans walking through the gates. But the demand for Eala's matches had exceeded every projection, every expectation, every conceivable metric. In Washington, ticket inquiries for Eala's matches had reached 80% of all inquiries received in the month before the event. In Toronto, her matches had sold out within hours. In Cincinnati, the demand was even greater. The Lindner Family Tennis Center's center court holds 11,600 people. But the organizers were receiving requests for tickets that exceeded the capacity of every stadium combined. The grandstand holds 5,000. The Champions Court holds 2,300. But even adding all three together, nearly 19,000 seats, wasn't enough to meet the demand. "We need more seats," someone suggested. "We don't have more seats," Moran replied. "Then we need to add more sessions." "We can't. She's only playing one match at a time." The math was simple and devastating. There were simply not enough seats to accommodate everyone who wanted to see Eala play. The tournament director was left with an impossible choice: disappoint thousands of fans who wanted to see the Filipina sensation, or find a way to create more capacity that didn't exist. "We've never seen anything like this," Moran said again. The words were becoming a refrain, a mantra of disbelief. The numbers didn't lie. Alexandra Eala had become the biggest draw in women's tennis. And Bob Moran, the tournament director who had seen it all, was left stunned by the sheer scale of the phenomenon. August 2026. Mason, Ohio. The Lindner Family Tennis Center. The Cincinnati Open is underway, but the buzz is not about the top seeds or the defending champions. It's about a 21-year-old from Quezon City who has transformed the tournament before even stepping onto the court. The stands are filled with Filipino flags, the same sea of red, white, and blue that followed Eala from Washington to Toronto and now to Cincinnati. The fans are loud, proud, and unwavering. They have traveled from across the United States, from Canada, from the Philippines itself, to witness history. Tournament director Bob Moran watches from his office, still processing what has happened. The ticket demand has broken every record. The media attention has been unprecedented. The atmosphere is electric. "She's changed everything," Moran tells a reporter. "We've had great players here before. We've had legends. But I've never seen anything like this. The demand, the energy, the passion of these fans. It's unlike anything I've ever witnessed in my career." Eala's second-round opponent, either Magda Linette or Elena Gabriela Ruse, will walk on a center court to face not just a tennis player, but a movement. The crowd will be overwhelmingly behind the Filipina. The chants of Laban, Alex, will echo through the stadium. The flags will wave. The energy will be palpable. And Eala, the young woman at the center of it all, will take it all in stride. She has been here before. She knows what it means to carry the hopes of a nation on her shoulders. She has done it in Washington, in Toronto, at Wimbledon. She will do it again in Cincinnati. The tournament director who thought he had seen it all has been left stunned. The ticketing system that was supposed to handle anything has been overwhelmed. The stadiums that were expanded to accommodate more fans are still not enough. Alexandra Eala has done what no one thought possible. She has turned a tennis tournament into a cultural phenomenon. She has united a diaspora. She has inspired a generation. And she hasn't even played a single point yet. From the cracked courts of Quezon City, where tennis was a luxury, to the center courts of Cincinnati, where she has broken every ticket record in tournament history, Alexandra Eala has proven that champions don't just win matches, they move mountains. And Bob Moran, the tournament director who thought he had seen it all, now knows that the Alex Eala phenomenon is unlike anything the tennis world has ever witnessed. The demand is massive. The fan base is unstoppable. And the future is just beginning.